What's going on, Wash Fam? I got a super exciting video in store for you guys today. We're gonna be cleaning, resanding, sealing, and tinting some very old brick pavers. I'm super excited to show you guys some cool techniques. I get a lot of questions about the tinting, so this is gonna help you guys out a lot. But we got a roof wash. We're gonna be sealing some regular cement walkways as well. Stay tuned because we got some dicey weather. It may play out in the next 2 days and it may not. We're staying here for 2 days, but we might have to come back. Hopefully not. We'll see how the weather turns out, but let's get into it.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so we'll take a quick tour around the property so I can show you guys really quick. First, we're gonna be starting with the roof wash. Always work from top to bottom. After the roof wash, we're gonna be cleaning, resanding, and sealing these pavers. As you can see, just from getting washed so many times and so much weather beating up on them, it's got this aggregate showing, and the aggregate is the actual mixture of the brick. So that's what all these white stones are. That's where the tint comes in. It's gonna help rejuvenate the color, hide these blemishes, and just look much better overall. Then you come down here, we're actually on a corner lot, so his property line for the sidewalks is really big, a lot of square feet. So starting from around there somewhere over there, and then we're coming all the way down to this way. There's a few thousand square feet, but we'll be cleaning that and putting some innovative concrete technology water shield on that. And then for all the brick pavers, we're gonna be using ICTs, which is innovative concrete technology. We'll be using their tint. We'll be using Uraseal mid-gloss. Everything being sealed is gonna be from ICT. All right, guys, moving into the back patio. Same color bricks. So the ones we just looked at on the driveway, these are actually the same exact paver. Just because these don't get that harsh sun and weather, they look much better. But as you can see, right where they get beat up more, it starts getting the white aggregate. So this will be the last piece of the puzzle. We'll be doing the same thing as the front, cleaning, resanding, tinting, and sealing. But we're gonna stop talking and we're gonna jump straight into the job. Alrighty, Chris just finished treating the roof. Roof was not dirty at all, so we did one coat of 3.5% mix, which is about 25% bleach, 75% water, around there somewhere. I've got the pressure washer hose running at some of the downspouts. They actually are underground downspouts, so they're popping out in the grass. But good thing is, because it was such a light treatment, that we're not even getting enough runoff to push chemical through the actual gutter system. So Chris is just watering some vegetation from the roof, rinsing out that gas pump at the same time. And also, for some extra protection, I actually sprinkled some neutralizer around every single downspout gutter that's popping out of the ground. So let me show you. So like I said, these were probably from the rainfall, absolutely filled to the top with water. And the amount of chemical we used, it's not making anything flood over. Like, this is dry. But I've got this neutralizer pushed into the perimeter of the downspout, so that way any chemical that may come over, it's gonna have to run through the neutralizer. So hopefully that helps out a little bit. Little update on where we are at in this job so far. So roof is clean, back patio is all cleaned up. We cannot sand it yet. We have to do some color options, find something that he likes. Then from there we can sand everything, and then we'll be able to know the correct ratios of tint and what colors we'll be using on the day we actually seal. So we'll just be able to come back, tint, seal. But I'm headed to Publix. We're gonna do some pub subs for lunch. Chris is starting to clean the driveway. I will see you back out on the job site shortly.
Yeah.
Chris is still sanding the driveway. We're gonna push everything up to like 10 feet to the bottom. That's because we're gonna do the color samples for the tint down there, so we don't wanna sand it yet, because whatever we don't like, we will be surface cleaning and rinsing off. So no point in sanding it, but we will get all the way up to 10 feet. I don't know if we're gonna do the color options today. I will keep you guys updated. It's like on and off drizzles, heavier rains in and out, so still up in the air. But anyway, I just cleaned all the sidewalks. I'm getting there. I just turboed out all the joints. There was weeds and debris and mold in between each joint, so I got a little bit left down here. Gonna finish turboing, and then I will be surface cleaning the remaining area. So I'll hit the whole thing, and then we'll pretty much be done with everything besides sanding the back and tinting and sealing. Stay with me. We're gonna keep moving forward. Probably won't be sealing on this 2-day trip, but you will see the end result, and you will learn how to tint pavers like a professional in this video, so don't go anywhere. So we made it to our Airbnb. It's about 6 p.m. We're wrapped up for the day. We're gonna get back out there tomorrow. All we gotta do is the color testing, find the color that the customer likes. We got to treat the sidewalks, and then those will be ready to seal when the day comes. Sand the back patio, and then we're complete until the seal day. So for now, we're gonna relax, enjoy some music, get cleaned up, possibly jump in the pool. Super cool pool that is available to all the hosts at this Airbnb. This was as cheap as like a janky motel, so I figured we'll stay here instead, and it was a good choice. Really cool little spot, as you can see. But I'll catch you guys in the morning. We'll get back to it bright and early. Adios. All right, so we've officially made it back to Merritt Island. We took the trip back this morning. Anyway, Chris is doing the final preps, filling up the sand, taking away some that's too high. So we'll do that final touch up, and then I'm mixing right now. We're gonna get the tint ready in the 5-gallon bucket with the cone nozzle tip. So this way we can apply our tint a little more efficient. You gotta be careful compared to the pump sprayer, but once you find that right motion, you could do it this way and just move a lot quicker. So I'm gonna strap the DJI Action 4 on my chest, and we're gonna get to tinting this driveway. So like we talked about yesterday, we found the mixture that we're going to use. It is 1 gallon of water to 6 ounces of double tan. So we're gonna mix that correctly for 5 gallons of water and start spraying through the electric system. These buckets really come in handy for this type of job, especially with sealers. It has the measurements right on the side of the bucket, so this way you can see exactly where 5 gallons is. All right, so we got our tint ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna dump this in that bucket of water. So 5 gallons with our mixture. So this is gonna be a heavy one. This is a lot heavier than normal, but we're going bold on this one. I'll grab the mixer and we're gonna get to it. Alright, so a few things before you even start spraying your tint. You're going to want your guard, obviously, because we don't want overspray on anything. We don't want it to look sloppy. We don't want it on the other surfaces. We want it solely on these pavers. So you're going to want your guard, and then right on hand, you're going to want a pump sprayer, which we have over there. Pump sprayer with just water. That way, if any mistakes happen, anything gets up on there, passes your guard, gets on those other color bricks, you can wet it down with water super quick. You got to be timely about it, but it will take it right off, won't leave any stains behind. We good? All right, you guys, so we are up to here with the tint. As you can see, it's looking spotty. This is what's going to happen as it dries up. It's gonna soak up into the stone, But don't worry, right when you put the sealant on top of this, it's going to enrich all that tint and color again. But this is actually a good indicator for your second coat of tint. Well, not your second coat, but a touch-up coat. It's going to let you know where you applied a little heavier. So this way, like areas like this, I can feather it in and blend it more by adding a little more tint where I went too light on the first coat. But once this dries up, we'll be able to determine that where I need to feather some areas in. And then after that, we will start sealing. So this section is completely dry. We're gonna start feathering in some areas, like I said earlier, touch some stuff up. All that section looks good, but you can see here, I definitely went a little heavier on the guarding section, closer to that decorative brick. So I'll hit a light coat pretty much on everything on the driveway that's a little lighter. I'll feather that in with some more material very lightly, and then up here on the driveway, we'll do the same thing. This is still settling a little bit, but you can see sections where we went a little heavier. So I'll feather some more material into stuff like that, like this, in between these spots that have just a little more aggregate showing than the other spots. We'll feather that in, let everything dry up. Chris is touching up the back with dry sand around the coping, just getting it perfect back there, but once he's finished, I'll start tinting the back and he will start sealing this in once it fully dries in about 30-45 minutes. And then we'll be close to done, you guys. One thing I want to mention when doing jobs this route rather than mixing it into your bucket, you need to always make sure that you are using exact ratios, exact measurements. Get small measuring cups because it will turn into a nightmare if I didn't mix that 5-gallon bucket correctly with the second one that I had to mix up. Came out identical because again, I'm measuring, but make sure to measure to the T, you guys. I know after long days, you want to start just maybe eyeballing it. You're getting tired. Do not do that for something like this. It will come out not nearly as good as if you measure those things perfectly. These jobs are tricky and these jobs are scary. You know, it's big risk, big reward type job. You never really know what is going to be the final outcome to a T. You can do the demos like we did with the tint, but when that sealer gets on there, for the most part, it always looks more beautiful than just what you showed them, but you never know exactly to a T what you're gonna get. You can get close. Compared to what this driveway was, it's gonna look absolutely beautiful. Alrighty, so from about right around here, I can't even see the camera, but I'm sure you guys can see the line. That's where we feathered everything in, and as you can see, it is looking much more uniform than the first coat. So that's why I said just go lightly, you guys. Feather this thing in very lightly. Get it to match all evenly. As you can see, this one's looking way better. The top half, that's where we started the feathering in the second coat. And then compared to this as the bottom first coat, this is still pretty good, pretty uniform for a first coat, but you can see some heavier lines. So we're just gonna give it a little more, and then this will be good to seal. We're gonna let this dry up. So this is all feathered in, 2 coats, looking good. This is looking very uniform for a tint job. And as time keeps going on, this color, the material, the sealant is all gonna soak down deeper into the stones. It'll blend in more, it'll get darker, it'll enhance a little more. Sheen will appear a little more as well, but for it being 5 to 10 minutes after doing the feather coat, this is looking really good. Before I head to the back, Chris is just tinting all sidewalks with water shield. So this is just gonna repel water like sunscreen would do. But once this cures up, and I'll show you before we leave, you can literally dump soda on here and blow it with a blower right off. Great product, but I'll keep you posted on this. All right, it might be kind of hard to tell, but the customer decided to tint these along with the pool deck. So This is untinted, as you can see, because these are preserved so much better, not getting beat up by the sun. These are going to look different no matter what, and this is where you set expectations, because whether you tint this or not, no matter what you do, you can never get it to blend 100%. It's just impossible. But with lightly tinting that section over here, it's going to blend in a little bit better in my opinion. At least it'll have a browner, similar brown hue that this is going to have, rather than leaving it, not sealing it. I mean tinting it, leaving it and not tinting this, and tinting this. I think it'll all just blend a little bit better with tinting those as well, but it's still going to be noticeable. But we'll see. I think it'll just look a little bit better. Be paying for that later. Okay, coat 1 on the driveway is officially done. Chris just applied the entire thing. So as you can see, these browns are popping back out again, just like it did when we initially sprayed the tint on there. All that rich color is coming back to life, but look how beautiful this is coming out. And when we get this second coat on here, this is gonna look absolutely amazing. Again, as you can see, with time going on, with the sealant going on there, a lot of those blotchy spots are starting to disappear, starting to blend in. It's looking much more even, as good as we're gonna get it for what we had to work with. There's the Maverick bucket, sailfishspray.com. I'll post the link. All right guys, 2 coats applied to this scape. A little spotty in some spots. That will wear down a little bit. It'll blend over within the next 12 hours. It'll start to blend in a little bit, but last minute decision, we are not done yet. We are going to do something even more to this hardscape, so stay tuned. You guys will see right here in a minute or so what exactly we're going to do, and it is going to make this thing absolutely pop. Alright, I'm super excited to show this to you guys. I'm a fan, I love it, customer loves it. He gave me the green light to do this, add some contrast, but we did some black borders on this driveway and it completely changed the game in my opinion. So that's pretty much it, you guys. That's the final result, what you can expect. Here's a before. You know, it's been a while since we saw the before, so here's a photo. But now look at it. Completely new driveway. Euroshades, Euroseal, innovative concrete technology did an absolutely amazing job on this driveway, along with the contractor. But nice products always helps, and they absolutely have some of the best sealers in the game. I'm not paid to say this. I use them. I always come back to them. I just love them, love their product, love the support behind their team. But we're gonna get this border sealed up He wants the outside perimeter, nothing on the inside. Wants the outside perimeter all the way up to there. So we're gonna finish that, and then we'll be done. Chris is sealing up the back right now. I'll take you back there. We didn't focus too much on the back patio in this video, but I'll still show you the final product here in a minute. Let me know what you think in the comments if the borders was a good call. I'm a huge fan. I think the contrast just brought some crazy life out of this driveway. Without the borders, it was looking a little dull. It just was missing something, and I think it was the border. So let me know what you think. I absolutely love it. I forgot to mention, you guys, to get this color, the dark black like this, I did this one mixed with the sealant. I'm going heavy black, so I didn't need to do water first. I just know if you put enough black in, it's going to be black. So it's 1 gallon of mixed Uraseal ready to go with 10 ounces of black. So that was the mixture for the borders. All right, you guys, we are completely finished. The job front and back, everything is done. Back patio came out beautiful as well. Like I mentioned before, you're never gonna get these to blend perfectly, but for a tint job, this didn't come out too bad. This is very close considering how different it was. But as you can see, with the tint on this side, it helped blend everything a little bit better. But I'll try to throw up a before if I filmed anything beforehand back here. But I'll throw up a before and you can see the complete transformation, but it looks absolutely beautiful. So this customer was originally getting quotes for redoing all his pavers just because they were so beat up. Hold on, sun's coming out a little bit. Get a better view. But he was originally getting quotes for all his pavers to be completely redone, and the prices were just astronomical. He found my YouTube channel. He said, hey, you know what, maybe we can do something like tinting and I can save some money. So rather than paying 30 grand to get everything ripped up and replaced, he paid 7 to get his driveway back patio completely transformed. It's obviously not brand new pavers, but I mean, for what we had going on here, it is an absolute transformation. Looks beautiful.